Hello everybody, I'm Maxi. Welcome to a new episode. And as you have already seen in the title and thumbnail of this video, this one is about dating. Actually, it's not just about dating, it's about the romantic relationship in general, but I just find it hard to put all of them in the title. Anyway, the reason for this episode is that I realized the framework of dating and a romantic relationship in the Chinese and English environment are quite different. So a lot of the words can lead to misunderstanding. So if you happen to need some dating in China, here is your help. Okay, first, how do people usually find a partner in China? From my experience, normally without any digital help, the naturally developed romantic relationship usually happen at school or at your workplace. Anyway, it's someone whose life overlaps with yours a lot. Nowadays, it's also more common to see things like this develop in hobby-related events like playing board games or some kind of sports. And that's also why it's easier to find someone in large cities, because it's easier to find events like this in large cities. On the other hand, bars here are not a normal place to try to find something serious. I mean, bars are becoming more accepted here, especially in large cities like Shanghai. It has become a normal place for some people to get some leisure. But in general, bars in China are not seen as a normal or decent place to find something serious. So if you come from a place that it's normal to try to date someone in a bar, maybe not do that here. If you go just hit on someone, you look very suspicious here. By the way, that's also a reason why many straight girls here now like to go to gay bars, because there are not straight guys bothering you. But recently, I've heard some gay bars got infiltrated by straight guys, so things are more complicated now. Anyway, the point is, bars here are usually not the right place to develop heterosexual relationships. Gay bars and lesbian bars can be different, but heterosexual bars, no. Okay, that's the part for how you do it in person. And thanks to technology, things are now getting more digital. It's getting more common to swipe left, swipe right. Actually, now I prefer this kind more, much more, because you can check a lot of details on someone to see if you match before deciding whether to meet them or not. And I also think there is fewer risks this way, because everyone here is openly for the same purpose, and things like your sexual orientation is already stated, so you don't find much misunderstanding. Again, it's easier to do this in larger cities, and the mainstream platform people here use is Momo. And the more international kind of people would use Bumble and Tinder. I mean, people that may have some overseas life experience. Actually, I use the international apps more, so I'm more familiar with them. Anyway, online dating is now pretty accepted in China, especially among young people, so you can definitely try that. Okay, the second part I want to talk about the word dating. The English concept dating actually does not exist in Chinese. At least that's my understanding. From my understanding, the dating framework in the English world is like you are into each other, and then you openly enter a phase called dating each other, and then you decide whether you become boyfriends, girlfriends or not. And if you do, you then officially form a relationship. That's my understanding of the English kind of dating. If I'm wrong, please comment down below. Anyway, dating like this did not exist in the Chinese environment. If you literally translate the word dating, it's 约会. 约 means make an appointment. 会 means meeting each other. It's an event that two people already in a romantic relationship go out together. We don't use it to call a phase, let alone a phase before you officially become boyfriends and girlfriends. So the framework here is like, first you have a crush on somebody, and then there is an event called 表白. It means to make it open, to make it clear, to officially express your feeling. And then the other person tells you whether they want this or not. And if they do, then you become boyfriends and girlfriends and enter a phase called 谈恋爱. You may already know 爱 means love, and 恋 means romantic affection. 谈 means talk about. So it literally means talk about romantic love. We have a phase like this. And in this phase, You then go out as boyfriends and girlfriends on dates. That's what 约会 means here. And in the heterosexual framework, the two of you in this phase work on forming a marriage. So you can see 表白 here sort of works like proposing, but for forming a relationship, not forming a marriage. And then much later in the relationship, if you want to get married, you also have the English kind of proposing. We call that 求婚. Literally means asking for marriage. So that's how the framework works here. But you know, during the previous decades, China has been heavily influenced by the English world. So many more international young people also know about the English kind of dating and accept this concept. That's also a reason why dating apps have become common. So the people you meet on Bumble and Tinder here usually understand and accept this concept. The language about this has also been affected. So nowadays, when some people want to express the phase dating, they would say 约会阶段. But this is very unnatural in Chinese. I mean, it's not grammatically wrong, but culturally, it sounds weird. And that's why some people who speak English now would prefer to just use the English word dating to mean this. Okay, that is not the only complicated things here about the word dating. I mean, from my understanding, the word dating in English is more like an umbrella term. It can mean many kinds of dating. But in Chinese, at least in Mandarin, in mainland China, the word 约会 almost specifically means the kind of dating for forming a serious romantic relationship. We have another word for the more business kind of dating. That's called 相亲. It means check out someone to see if they are a match to form a family. So in this kind of dating, the two of you usually openly state all your demand or your conditions, what you can offer, what you want the other person to offer. And then the two of you check whether your offerings and demands match, whether it's a right decision to form a family, and at the same time check if you get along with each other. This whole process can be totally non-romantic. And traditionally, this is arranged by your parents, and nowadays there are still many parents do this and force their kids to attend events like this. But now there are also people doing this for themselves. They just want to get the business done. They don't want anything romantic. Or they've already given up on finding something romantic. Anyway, this kind of dating has its own name and has its own website. And besides this, we also have another kind of dating, or should I say another kind of matchmaking, and that is called 约炮. Like I just said, 约 means make appointment, and 炮 means cannon, the modern weapon cannon, the boom cannon. I think it's already obvious what this means here, right? So 约炮 is the kind of dating or matchmaking to just find someone to have sex together. I mean, something romantic can develop from this, but originally it's just for sex. And be careful with this word when you are here, because China in general is still quite conservative on the aspect of sex, even among many young people. So when some more conservative people openly hear this word, they would get triggered and think, what kind of person is this? The older generations are almost guaranteed to be triggered by this. So only openly use this with someone who you are sure have an open attitude toward a relationship. But anyway, people do this, and young people are changing. And by the way, if you need a casual slang to mean having sex, if you don't want to sound too serious or too weird, the casual slang for that is papa. It means the sound of Okay, I think those words are enough for you to navigate the framework here. And besides them, there is another word that is really something, and I really want to share it. It's much better than the English equivalents. We have a thing called 小三. It literally means little three, but it actually means the third person, usually secret, in a relationship. The person that one of the couple cheated on with, it's called 小三. And when I throw this word to translation apps, usually it gives me mistress in English. But mistress can only be a woman, right? If there is a man, you cannot call this man master. But 小三 is different. 小三 can be a man, can be a woman, can be a non-binary. It's so gender neutral. It's almost species neutral. And to make it clear, it's not exclusively the third person. Even if it's a fourth person, fifth person, it's still called 小三. And I just find this word so expressive. And I think it's not hard to find out it's a hot topic for C-drama if you have watched quite some of them. I mean, how many classic novels didn't dedicate a large sum to 小三? Without 小三, you cannot write a novel. It's an inseparable part of China's history. And I know I have quite some audience from Canada. I don't know how many of you are from Vancouver. Vancouver now has a nickname called 北美小三之都, the North American 小三 capital. The rumor is that there are many China's government officials or successful business owners put their 小三 and outside of marriage kids in Vancouver. I mean, a lot of inside of marriage kids are also there. It's not just outside of marriage. And because there is a large number of them living there, Vancouver actually has a pretty large financial service sector targeting on them. Things like family offices and trust funds. I've heard people working in that sector talking about all the wild things you can see there, like the wife and the 小三 happily going to such an event together as besties. I think the old man doesn't know these two women know each other. So if you live in Vancouver, maybe pay more attention and you can see many entertaining things. Okay, that is today's video about dating and romantic relationship in China. Of course, this thing is complicated, so if you have any further question, feel free to comment down below. Again, I hope this episode is helpful, and if you like it, if you like what I do, like, subscribe, and share to support this channel. And besides all these videos, I now also post trivial knowledges in my membership thread. So if you are interested in that, join my membership program. I think you can find the join button below this video if you have already subscribed, or you can find it on the homepage of my channel. Anyway, thank you all for watching this far. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.